I really don't want to make this video. I think people have talked enough about Pinky Up online. I'm really going to add nothing truly wise here, nor am I going to touch the Manon situation because, I don't even know what's going on there. I'm not going to jump to any conclusions. I'll let the K-pop internet sleuths dig into that one. Just over a year ago, I uploaded the video Gnarly is Sorta Genius. And it was me explaining why I thought Gnarly's thematic and also objective marketing was pretty brilliant, at least in comparison to the rest of the K-pop sphere, which at the time was very linear, very bland and boring. And I thought Gnarly was this explosion of aggressive color in the scene, and I really liked that. And sure, the song itself is not great, but that's not really the intended purpose of the song. I think people forget that music is a product that is bought and sold. As much as I am in it for the artistic integrity and creativity and vision, Gnarly is a truth bomb, and that is shock marketing can in fact work, especially in the K-pop sphere. Because as much as people didn't like Gnarly, it made Katseye and Hybe a shit ton of money, and it was just listenable enough where it had a cult following of fans at the time, including myself, who to this day I still like parts of the song. I think this song is how to do a shock value marketing song well, where yeah, it's a little gritty to listen to, it's weird, its production is hollow and echoey and a little harsh in some areas, but I kind of like how crazy and all over the place the song is in comparison to their previous releases. Touch could not be more different than this song before it, Pinky Up came out, which we'll get to that in this video, but Gnarly was so much more different than anything else that they had put out, and that's why it really worked for them. And where credit is due, in that video, I predict what we are seeing now with the group, and that is Gnarly is only the beginning for the group. They're probably going to make more music like this in the future to shock the listeners. And unfortunately, that take came back to bite me in the ass with Pinky Up, which I will get to. But Gnarly worked in a lot of ways. It worked thematically for me. It worked objectively, marketing-wise, money-making-wise. It is a very successful song, and people can't disagree with that as much as they hate it for its subjective values, how good the song actually is. When it comes to aligning Hybe's pockets and blowing up Catseye to more of a global space, it absolutely worked. There's no denying that. And what Hybe did to follow that wasn't terrible. Gabriella is arguably my favorite Catseye song next to Game Boy and Touch. I think Gabriella's a really fun, different song than Gnarly, but it works really well for the group. I think that's probably their best song musically, and it worked. People liked it as a 70 score on Album of the Year. So does Touch as well. Those are the two highest rated songs in Catseye's catalog on that website. Beautiful Chaos is short. It's not bad by any means. I think Game Boy's good. Again, I like Gnarly for what it is. Gabriella's fun. Mean Girls is a little forgettable. MIA hurts my ears a little bit. I get what they're going for, but it really does hit my ears a little too hard. But overall, for their first real EP that dug them into the international space, Beautiful Chaos was marketed quite well, and Gnarly did a great job running up to that song with Gabriella as this super juxtaposition follow-up, and I think that worked really well. And now we fast forward a year later, and we get Pinky Up, which surprisingly enough is not their worst rated song. That's actually Internet Girl. And you'd think with how much I praised Gnarly a year ago that I would also praise this song, and the answer is no. I fucking hate Pinky Up. I think this song sucks. I think the marketing behind it is awful, especially with everything happening with a member taking a hiatus from the group, and we don't know if that member is going to be back. and now you drop a song essentially cutting her from all the marketing. And it's like, okay, you have controversy with that, which I don't think is good controversy for the group right now. Like, sometimes losing a member can actually be good controversy for the group. It brings eyes and ears to the group. But with how vague it is, and the fact that, Manon showed up to Coachella and watched them perform the song, and she seems to be in perfectly fine, like, health from what the public can perceive. We don't know what's happening behind the scenes, but from what we can tell, she seems to be fine. That whole, I don't want to call it drama, but like, that whole air with the group right now is very thick, and it's not working for them. Like, it's very much dragging them down as a group. And then you have Pinky Up, which is, again, shock value marketing. It is exactly what Gnarly was trying to do. And Gnarly actually did it well. Pinky Up feels like 1-year-old reheated nachos in a really bad way. And I hated my first listening experience of the song. I really did. People are absolutely going to victory lap the poor quality of Pinky Up as a song and say, well, this is what they did with Gnarly, and you guys love that song. Like, why do you hate it here? I know people in the comments might say that about my thoughts about this song. Oh, why are you saying this is bad when Gnarly was good? Gnarly, I don't think, is that great of a song subjectively. Like, I don't think the song sounds that good. I don't listen to the song actively because, it has some moments. I think the drama of the song, like, within the production and the music video, it works so much better, but, like, it's still not a great song to listen to. But what I can admit with Gnarly is that the shock value marketing worked objectively in more ways than just lining Hype's pockets, because Pinky Up is going to make money for the group. It's going to work in a similar way, but it's not giving them any sort of boost in the public image. If anything, with all of the drama surrounding this song release and Manon potentially leaving the group, taking a hiatus right now, we don't know if she's going to leave or not, but looking like it's probably going to be the former, it's not working at all. And where Gnarly has succeeded, Pinky Up is just floundering for me. And so that's why I don't like this release. Because first of all, musically, I actually think Pinky Up sounds worse than Gnarly. And also, it's trying to do what Gnarly did again. For me, Katseye has to be up there with some of the all-time girl groups in wasted talent. When we look at not just K-pop, but the global girl group scene and how many of these groups have had so much talent that's been wasted, Katseye has to be up there. Whether it be Sophia, Lara, Manon, Daniela, Yunshe, Megan, specifically Sophia and Lara, because I think they're the best vocalists of the group. You put those two on songs like this, it feels so disrespectful to their voices. And that's not me saying the other members are less talented than them. They're all talented in their own ways. That's why they came together to make this group. They went through a survival show that was set on specific metrics on being a good singer, being a good dancer, having good stage presence. I know there's plenty of controversy in the selection process of that show, but they clearly put together a group of girls that really know how to perform. I think Katseye are fantastic live performers. And it just sucks that their talent is getting wasted on such shit product. Like, absolute terrible music. Pinky Up is just a bad song. I'm so glad if you like it. I really am. No shame on you. Right? I'm someone who finds some enjoyment out of Gnarly. So, you can hold the same opinion for me. But Pinky Up is just, again, Gnarly to me, but worse in almost every way possible. And I get wanting to do shock value initially for the group to help get their name out there, but you don't have to keep doing that. People know who Katseye are. They have 33 million plus listeners on Spotify. You don't need to do this again. You don't need to do this shit again. You really don't. And maybe Pinky Up is actually a result of a growing trend amongst hype girl groups right now when it comes to production and marketing and flashiness, because, LE SSERAFIM just dropped Celebration, and look, I don't like that song at all. I think that's a bottom 5 LE SSERAFIM song. And then right around the corner, you have Islet's It's Me. And again, that song is super jarring, even though I will say I do find a little more enjoyment out of that song. I think the most of the three, because it does have a little bit of an Atarashi Gakko feel. And I think the pre-chorus of that song, the lead up, is actually really good. Like, it's so good. I wish that was its own song. It sounds so good, and then the chorus absolutely ruins it for me. But like, there are a lot more pieces of that song that I like more than Celebration or Pinky Up. I'm fine because the project that song comes on is a sleeper hit of 2026. I think that's a great project from Islet. So I don't mind It's Me not being great because, like, the rest of the album is good, and Islet also has a ton of bangers in their discography to listen to. And same thing to an extent with Le Sserafim, where it's like Celebration can suck. I'm fine with that. The problem is Pinky Up sucking is not great for Katseye when their discography has like 2 or 3 total decent songs. I'm not talking good. I would say the only good song in Catseye's discography, for my standards, so to clarify, for my standards, is probably Gabriella, and that's it. Really, like, that's it. That's probably their only like hit to me. Everything else is either okay, it's decent, it's listenable, a little catchy, Touch and like Game Boy, and then there's just okay, wait, this is not great. With everything else, that's it. It's like Pinky Up is like an egg amongst a stinky egg amongst a lot of other stinky eggs. There's only like 2 good eggs in that basket. You know what I mean? And with these other groups, they got like pristine baskets of eggs with like 1 stinker here or there. And it's like, I feel like Catseye, I hate this egg analogy. I should have come up with a better one on the spot. Album of the Year is the website I go to track user metrics. It's like Metacritic for music. Gnarly had a 42. And critics don't even dare touch that song, right? But like, at a user score of 42. So very low, very low. But that's actually 6 points above Pinky Up and 20 points above Internet Girl. So clearly, especially with the Pinky Up case, people are starting to catch on to the trend that Hybe is presenting, and they're like, no. Like we had our fun with Gnarly. We don't have to do this shit again with Pinky Up. We really don't. And take this next spiel with a grain of salt, because I'm not a choreographer, but like, I don't like the choreo to the song. Like, it's so tacky, and I know people have really gone after the choreographer for Catseye, and then for all these other groups, like I know Le Sserafim Celebration has really bad choreo, and like some of It's Me has really bad choreo from Islet, and everybody's associating like these 3 songs being in like a trifecta, and like the same choreographer worked. And I don't know if the same choreographer did or not work on all 3 of these songs, but like, what I can say is like Pinky Up's choreo is like cringy in a not good way, because I think you can have tacky choreo in like a way that's kind of fun and like a little goofy, but like not too serious, not too like cringe. I hate to reuse that word, but in Pinky Up's case, it absolutely is. I think the beat drop and the first set of moves in the beat drop is just like, it's hard to watch for me every time. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm not gonna let this video drag on for any longer than it needs to be. This is a rant video. I didn't even plan on making this. It just, every time I think about this song in the projection of Catseye as a group, it pisses me off, because Pinky Up is like what I fear Catseye is going to become, and I'm like, no, this group is so much more than shock value. We did that with Gnarly. We liked it with Gnarly because it was fun. This is not fun. This is tacky and like not even good, and it sucks. And like, I know so many fans are going to be like, but you said the same shit about Gnarly. Okay, do your victory laps. Laugh at me. I don't care. I really don't. You're just being annoying. Okay, cool, whatever. Pinky Up sucks. And I hate that it could potentially be the future of this group. Someone throw Catseye a life raft or something.